This was a crazy event with so many more styles than I ever thought were possible, and the replays just got crazier and crazier the further on we went. So sit back, strap in, grab some bacon, because you're in for a wild ride. And who better to show us how to finish this level than the man himself, Naish, who comes in 83rd place with a 53.09. I guess he didn't want to go too hard in his own level, but let's see. Starting out here, gonna pass the mustard, going below it, and then driving on the sausages here. It is a bit weird level, but I love it. Coming by the ketchup here, grabs the first apple, the sausage apple in the top left. Now coming down, gonna be grabbing a lot of speed. Let's see, will he go the top route or the bottom route? He goes for this top route here. He grabs the apple, hangs on these clouds, comes around and swings up to the pig apple here to the right. Very beautiful style, clearing all these clouds and using them to get up. And then coming down here in between these two clouds as well, grabbing that third apple. And now he just has one more apple and is down here by the barbecue. You have to get into this kind of hole here, this tunnel system. And then fly up here, grab the last apple by the pig that is being barbecued. Very brutal stuff. And coming up here, gonna be probably pushing away from this small cloud here. Yeah, push, and comes up and gets another push on that cloud to grab the flower. And to orient ourselves a bit, you start up here in the left part, and then all you have to do is come out towards this first apple by the sausage. And I know the graphics might not be on point. This is supposed to be mustard. This one is ketchup. And of course, all the clouds are white in the level as well. So after you grab this left apple, you come down in this slope, grab a lot of speed. And from here, you have basically two choices. Either you do the Naish style here, where you hang this cloud, you grab this apple, and then you do some kind of hanging and swinging as well here, maybe above, maybe below. But you come up for this pig acrobatics apple here on the right. And then from here, you make your way down in between these two clouds for the fourth apple, and then come down into this tunnel system up to the barbecue apple. And from here, you just come back and swing up to the flower. One alternative style could instead be going low here and come up for the acrobatics apple first. And then you come back the same way, grab the same apple, grab the barbecue apple. But then once you come out of the tunnel system, you maybe push a little bit higher, grab this middle apple as well, and then the flower at the same time instead. A little bit tricky to know which style is the fastest, but I guess we're gonna find out as we watch faster and faster replays. And speaking of faster replays, we will be going down into the 50th position where we'll be watching our next replay. And in 50th place, we have Zebra. Zebra comes in at an impressive 47.52, improving almost 6 seconds on Naish's time. And here we have them both. We will be following Zebra in the striped shirt. Let's see how he can save 6 seconds on Naish. Let's see, a little bit different kind of start. Doesn't get the same push, but gets down the front wheel very well. Gets a good amount of gassing on these sausages. It was a really awkward part and a beautiful all-up push here. So he comes up, grabs the apple, and then does an all-up vault and uses that force to push from the very bottom of the sausage to get a lot of speed for the downhill part. And he can then save that speed. And he goes for the bottom route. Let's see, and this is 6 seconds faster, remember. But he comes up here for the acrobatic. But Naish actually almost catches Zebra here. But where is he going to save that time, actually? They are completely equal right now, but he gets a beautiful drop through those clouds. Doesn't touch, doesn't get stuck anywhere, can just fall right through. And can save all that momentum and goes for a long jump into this tunnel system here. And that saves him so much time to just jump straight in. Comes up here for the barbecue apple. And nice push, can fall straight down into the tunnel again. And then let's see, comes in for the flower here and just does a straight jump with some allos to stretch out and grabs that flower. And then we see Naish coming in here. Goes for that extra push, but maybe loses a little bit of time in the end there as well. So very interesting that we got to see both these routes in the first two replays. But to me, it looked like Zebra was leading a bit here in the beginning. But then actually by the acrobatic apple, Naish had already caught up. But then Zebra just got such a smooth transition down here for the fourth apple, or in his case, the third apple. But then he got this beautiful long jump as well, so he could use all that downwards momentum up for the barbecue. And then importantly also, coming back, he did a normal jump, but did a lot of olive vaults to stretch out his wheel so he could grab both the flower and the apple in the end at the same time. And I have a feeling that the winning style might be a combination of these two styles actually. But to find out, we'll make our way down into 30th place unless we have something highly upvoted in between. Let's see, we actually, okay, that's just me, so we'll ignore that. But in 30th place, we have Ismo at 45.29, improving more than 2 seconds on Zebra's time. And here we have them. Ismo does not have a custom shirt, but let's see his start here. He does the kind of exactly the same start as Zebra. Nice Olo to gas all the way here, gassing both very equal. Good gas on the sausages, good Olo pushes from that sausage as well. Still completely neck and neck, but let's say Ismo goes for the top route. He comes in here, he hangs that cloud and comes in for this swinging cloud as well. Up for the acrobatics, and yeah, he is leading Zebra by a lot from doing that. Let's actually take a look. Ismo's last apple time, 21.78. Zebra's last apple time, 23 sharp. So Ismo actually, like, at least 1 second faster here, but can probably improve that a little bit. There's a beautiful long jump here, or like wheel compression into the long jump, and goes straight into the tunnel system, coming up for the barbecue, and I think he's just gonna keep this lead. And he might actually be able to do a bit quicker ending as well, because it doesn't have to do this Olo style. Let's see, comes in, gets a good push from that bottom cloud, straight to the flower, and here we see Zebra coming in as well, a little bit behind. So as we expected, this top route here might actually be a little bit faster than going the bottom route. But we have also been wrong before, and I just now realized I haven't moved myself back here, but we'll do that. And then we'll continue down into 10th place, unless we have something upvoted along the way. I think this is just collateral from the spamming. But let's see, we actually have Ilka with 2 votes in 22nd place and a beautiful 44.40. So before we go further, let's check out Ilka's run and 22nd place. And here is Ilka in the house shirt. Let's see. Different start actually. He gets a little bit of gas in the ceiling and gas from that mustard spilling out. Very nice, and he does have a lead over Ismo already. So that should be a faster start actually. Very nice alternative there. And comes in here, good push, coming in for the apple as well, and going low here as well, and goes for the swing. Very fast swing actually. Gets in at 20.08 for that third apple, and comes in for the fourth apple at 25.62, but not going for the long jump here actually. He comes in here, gets a push, but it looks like Ismo might be catching up a little bit, but it is not enough. He comes in here for the barbecue apple, and I don't think he's gonna lose the lead now. Actually, we know he's not gonna lose it. And let's see, he goes for the same kind of push here. Beautiful. You had to like stop a little bit. You had to gas on the wall here to like, first of all, slow down a little bit, but increase your rotation as well by gassing like backwards. So you could get a good spin and a good push from that cloud to get the flower. And also a very interesting start here by Ilka. He goes high here, gasses a tiny bit in the ceiling, and then a tiny bit on the mustard here as well, and gets a nice brake push there as well. So he can like just save a few milliseconds or hundreds of a second in that beginning as well. So some great variations by Ilka, and with that we'll make our way into 10th place, unless we have something else along the way that is upvoted. And very nice showing by EMA actually. They usually come in these groups, but this is very nice. 15th to 12th place in a row. A very consistent performance indeed. But in 11th place we see Bien, and surprisingly in 10th place we have Finnman. And this is actually very interesting because in the previous event we saw Zero getting 11th place, and now Finnman getting a 10th place, and they are the two people competing for the first place so far in the cup. So this probably evens out their playing field a bit, but also opens up for someone else to maybe compete with them. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's check out Finnman's 10th place run at a 43.57. And let's follow Finnman here. Is it going to be the same start? Actually, it's not. It's a jump and gassing in the ceiling as well. And he's actually a little bit behind, but he's catching up and maybe going to pass Ilka here. Or not, actually. Gets a good push from the ceiling, good push from the sausage as well. But he's actually way behind Ilka so far. But let's see. Comes up here on the cloud, grabs that apple, and comes in with beautiful swings. And what is that grab, actually? That is such a fast grab of that apple. We're going to take a look at that again, actually. But let's see. He comes in here. And he passes Ilka by that acrobatics apple with a grab that I've never seen before, never even thought about. And let's see, comes up here, grabs the barbecue apple, and he's so far in the lead right now. I didn't even see where that happened. But let's see, comes in for the push and for the flower. Beautiful stuff by Finnman. But let's see, he's actually a little bit behind here, and like maybe not the best push, gets a little bit caught actually on the grass there as well. And so far he's behind, but let's see, from here, he went for a crazy Olo vault. So he can go for another Olo vault, barely avoids hitting the head there, and comes in here actually for also a back wheel hang. So he ends up basically in the same position, but with a different kind of rotation. So he comes up here. You will see Ilka grabbing the apple, so it's gonna disappear. But he compresses the front wheel so much that it just pops out over the ear and probably picks it up right there. You could see the apple time changing. And then he can just push away from the pig. And then he's just in the lead. And beautiful like counter push here to get a lot of push from the bottom of that cloud, and then just straight drop through here, avoiding the head, avoiding the wheels, catching, and then yeah, just straight drop down. And remember, Ilka did not do the direct jump that Finnman did here. Gets a nice push from that grass tuft as well. And then, yeah, just barbecue and then push from the last cloud. Beautiful, beautiful style by Finnman. And apparently there are so many tricks that were possible in this level that I had not contemplated myself. We have actually Ismo in 9th place from Team Man with a lot of upvotes as well. So next replay we will be checking out is Ismo's 4320. And this time we'll be following Ismo in the black shirt. Let's see, different kind of start here. He goes for this ceiling and mustard gas actually. And that was faster, at least when Ilka did it. And yeah, he's leading Finnman a little bit. Beautiful vaulting here, actually. He goes for 2 volts. He comes in here, gasses on the bottom of the ketchup here to get an extra volt in and gets a push with the back wheel, actually, from there. And nice push. Can gas all the way inside this kind of crevice as well. Very, very beautiful timings of those volts to get a perfect amount of gas. And comes in for these swings. And look at this. Volts exactly the right timing to get the back wheel in. So he can gas all the way on the bottom side of this cloud. That is such a crazy timing of the volt to get that gas in. And then comes in for the swing here, and he does the Finnman grab as well. So he has the lead from doing just the perfect start. And then he does the same kind of Finnman grab. So of course he keeps the lead here. And then does not really go for a long jump, but can go very low instead. Gets a good push from the wall there to get a perfect amount of gassing here in the tunnel system. Comes up for the barbecue. Actually doesn't even go full in the mouth here. Just breaks on the edge, just grabs the apple, and then he's happy so he can return back. And coming in here, he will keep this lead. He will beat Finnman, and nice strong push from the last cloud as well. And grabs with the head as well for bonus points. Very beautiful run by Ismo, and that start was something extraordinary. Very, very nice. And with so many different styles, I don't even know what to expect. We have Tully from MIE in 8th place. We have Melz in 7th place. Going strong for Team Shown. Let's check out Melz's 43.15, only 0.05 faster than Ismo in 9th place. So this should be a very interesting merge. Let's follow Melz here. And let's see, the start is identical. They both do the ceiling and mustard gas. And the mustard gas maybe is not the right word here. But both coming out, and yeah, Ismo doing this crazy start. And he has such a huge lead after this start actually. This is crazy, I never thought of this start myself. You see Ismo in the background going for these double volts, whereas Melz goes for a single volt here in the foreground. Both of them getting the push, but Ismo will get this extra push into the crevice, gas a lot, and yeah, he just pulls away. So let's see how Melz actually will catch up with Ismo from here. Both of them coming and getting this gas. Ismo has a perfect gas on the bottom of the cloud. Wait, what the hell is this front wheel bounce? What? He like forces his head into this hole to get a bounce. I don't think I've ever seen a bounce like this before. He just like forces it out with that extra push to get a bounce back. That is a crazy bounce. I literally like have never seen a bounce really pulled off in that way before. And then it comes in here. He's actually still behind Ismo, so where will he actually catch up? Let's see, he comes in for the barbecue here. Still behind, and he's gotta catch up here in the very end, and he goes for a wheel pressure to get directly to the flower. So in the end, he is behind after this start because Ismo has this beautiful start style. But then Melz just goes for this craziest bounce I've ever seen, or at least like most wackiest looking bounce. Front wheel just grabbing with the chin, and then very nice ending here. He is behind Ismo, but he goes for this wheel pressure on the wall with a little bit of push to get to the flower immediately and doesn't have to brake, you know, turn around and gas a little bit extra behind you in the end to get that rotation. So a very cool style by Melz and Team Shown, and a front wheel bounce I would never even have dreamt of pulling off. And yeah, I have no idea how to actually play this level anymore. But let's see, in 5th place we have AKB. From Team EEA, he played this level so much, but it really paid off. And our first 42 time we'll be checking out, 42.88. And AKB's replay, of course, I'm familiar with, and I can already tell you will see something a little bit different in this replay. So let's follow AKB here and have Melz in the background. A little bit different kind of start. We did go for this push from that hang. Let's see if it's faster. I don't actually know. Goes for a little bit different kind of pushing here, and maybe half a wheel faster. It's a good push from that Soches as well. Very clean. Maybe not as fast as the Ismo start, but fast enough. And then here we went for a different kind of olo, and we went for a top hang. We're hanging this top cloud instead. But actually it looks like it's very much slower than the front wheel bounce style. But since we didn't find a front wheel bounce, this was the faster style to do it for us. by coming up this top route here, you could go straight in for the apple and have some backwards momentum here as well. But yeah, Melz leading so far, so where will AKB catch up? Actually, a very different style here from the drop. You will see Melz just dropping straight through, but AKB goes for an extra Olo, and an Olo with gas on the bottom side of the cloud, so push down with more speed, and comes in for a beautiful long jump and crazy spinning to push into this tunnel system. And this is where he's catching up to Melz, grabbing the apple a little bit ahead, but he has so much speed that he swings out with more speed as well, and also goes for the wheel pressure here, and just barely grabs the flower before Melz. So beautiful replay by AKB. I know he played like close to 30 hours in this level, and he was also the main person in finding the style and moves as well. So all creds goes to him. And with that, we'll make our way into 4th place where we have JT. Beautiful showing for Team Dot. And in 3rd place, we have Audie. MIE breaking into the top 3 at a 42.39. A full half a second faster than AKB's run. So let's see what Audie and Team MIE came up with. Different kind of start here. They do the ceiling and mustard gassing. Let's see. I don't actually know which start is faster. It looks like they're pretty much equal. AKB actually pulling out ahead a little bit, but Audie does this beautiful double volt start that we saw Ismo doing as well, and that just saves so much time. Look at this, he gets in. He's actually behind, but he has more speed here, so by the end he will catch up. And then probably they will do different styles here. Yeah, no one else went for the top route, but look at this. Look at Audie's vaulting here, so he gets an extra push on this cloud here, pushing there to get even more speed for the swing. And doesn't even need to bounce, just like using the elasticity of the bike to come back so fast after grabbing. And he does the kind of AKB extra Olo push here as well from the bottom of the cloud. So there's no way for AKB to catch up. And he also goes for this crazy spinning push from the tuft. Very nice. Audie just incorporating all these perfect moves into one perfect replay and coming in for the end. Is it going to be a wheel pressure as well? Looks like it. Beautiful front wheel punch. Gets a tiny bit of snag, but it's nothing bad. And comes in, grabs the flower half a second before AKB. And let's just take a look again here at this start. It's so crazy. This extra spin to get that push here and coming into the crevice. Very nice. And then also this extra volt he does here to get a push from the cloud to just get so much speed for this swing. He can just use the elasticity of the front wheel here, come back in for the swing. Just beautiful all around by Audie. So the bronze medal goes to Audie, well deserved. And in 2nd place, the silver medal goes to Smeu again, showing up and delivering at the highest grade. A beautiful 42.01 by Smeu, and you bet he was probably trying to get 41 for a long time as well. But it is a 2nd place and a very fast one at that. So let's check out Smeu's replay. So let's see how the teammates from MIE compare. It should be pretty much the same style, and yeah, the start so far they're glued to each other, and I'm not expecting to see any major differences between the replays, both going for this very fast start style, sorry. Coming around here, getting the push. Willie also goes for this extra Olo volt push from the cloud. He does, nice push, swinging up here. So far, super equal. I don't see where he's gonna save 0.4 seconds, but actually that push from the cloud came very fast. Here they're pretty much identical, but he pushes a little bit earlier. You can tell his back wheel pushing away there. Audie just starting to push now. And that just allows him to go down even sooner and get into this position quicker as well. So let's see. He comes around here for these crazy spins. And yeah, he just actually commits to the spins more. He just almost full on. You see, Audie will take a little bit of break with the spinning here. So Audie doesn't have as much rotation, whereas Smeu just goes for it. Olo, push. So he just has more speed from that push. Like the more you spin, the more like force you have to push with. So that actually is what allows Smeu to pass Audie and then comes in for the end as well. Does not get the snag in the end. A beautiful run by Smeu. Completely equal all the way, actually pretty much until here. And then just committing to the spins, committing to the push. Very nice and beautiful end as well. And with that, we just have one more replay, but it is the fastest replay of them all. And I haven't actually kept track if we have seen all the players from MIE, or if we have seen all the players from Team Dot, or if there could be someone else in 1st place. But let's see. The gold medal for event number 8, Pork in the Sky by Naish, goes to 0. 0 at almost a second faster than Smeu. What the hell? The guy is just crazy. Dot gap indeed. I guess after his 11th place finish last event, he just wanted to prove a point. But it's beautiful to see, and I have no idea how he pulls off a second faster than Smeu. So let's find out together. And here we have them both. Smeu in the familiar green shirt. Different start already. He does this kind of jump and extra push. Goes for a beautiful push on that sausage. But is he catching up? Is he gonna do the fast start? He goes for a normal push here as well. But he has so much speed. But Smeu actually in the lead. Let's see here. Counting for the cloud. Is he gonna go the top route or something crazy? No, he gets a good push here from the swing. And goes for kind of a bounce, kind of a push as well. Just so fast at that acrobatic apple. And goes so low. He does a very different style here by the cloud as well. He goes very high and he even gasses a little bit on the corner here. So he doesn't go for this extra push, but look how far back he gets with the head, avoiding the head all the way, just hugging that cloud. So crazy, but that allows him to go so far left actually. And Zero of course will commit to these pushes, right? Yeah, and gets a good like alignment with the floor as well. So he can just gas all the way in the tunnel system, and he's just pulling away from Smeu little by little after that start. It's just what Zero does. He just perfects everything. Interesting start here with this like extra push to get a little bit more gas in this first sausage and in the second sausage. But I don't think, yeah, nothing compared to doing this Smeu vaulting here and this kind of push and getting the wheel in here. But I think Zero had the fastest variation of that other start that we've seen so far. But then coming up here, he actually has a lot of speed. Looks like he's catching up a little bit. Good push from the cloud. Good swing here as well. And just such a fast acrobatic apple with that extra front wheel push. But Smeu does it well, but Zero just has more speed out of it. And then, yeah, just goes for this very deep hugging of the cloud to go as far left as possible. And then full commit with the spins. And look how well, with the extra gassing on the bottom here of the tuft, that allows him a little bit more rotation, so his back wheel gets in contact so quickly with the ground here. I think if you look at Smeu behind, it takes a little bit more time before his back wheel actually connects with the ground. So that is just, yeah, time not gassing on the ground. So that's why he loses a little bit of extra time here in the end. And Zero is just pulling away a little bit. Beautiful wheel compression, avoids everything here as well on the way to the flower. A little bit of extra spins just to stretch out those wheels, save that extra 100th of a second or something. Beautiful, beautiful run by Zero and a well-deserved win. So Zero wins the event with a huge margin, but MIE grabbed the second and third place actually. And if we look at the overall standings, we still see Zero in the lead, but Audie is actually dangerously close to Finnman now. And Melz and JT are not far behind him. And if we include the skips as well, remember you're allowed to skip 2 levels. We see actually Smeu jumping up into 5th place, because I believe he wasn't really playing in the beginning. As you can tell, he skipped event 3 and event 1 was his worst result. So by remembering that there are skips allowed, that can change a lot if someone didn't play in the very early stages of the cup. But it's gonna be interesting to see the continued battle between Zero and Finnman, and if someone can challenge them, or in any case the battle for 3rd place and below is still as fierce as ever. And in the team standings, MIE are actually catching up pretty quickly to Dot here, only differing about 250 points. And unfortunately this time I don't have any SL replays to show you, but I think it's good to keep this video short because the next level by Zero is an insanely big level, as you can tell. So that video is probably gonna be like an hour long or something. I can't wait to actually try this level myself. It looks amazing, and I'll see you there next week. Thanks for watching.